Hello, Dumela, welcome, Gyal Amuhela. In this channel, you're going to learn how to have conversations, learn grammar, phonics, and a little bit of reading. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share.
Hello, Dumela, Dumelang. Jwang, nna ke phela hantle. So today we're going to learn how to say, where are you going? We are kae. We're actually going to be focusing on adding the suffix ng to a noun to describe the location where we are going. So without wasting any time, let us go right into it. So the locative suffix, locative meaning the location where we are going to. The suffix, the ending of the word ng is what we are adding whenever we want to describe where we are going. So one way to respond when the place being referred to is a noun, for example, if it's a river, a house, or computer, and not a proper noun, for example, Tabo, America, Martha's Vineyard, is to attach the suffix ng. So if you just remember that whenever it is referred to a noun, you always add the ng at the end of the word. So it's just pretty straightforward. And the only difference is that the rule to that is when the word ends in an A, so it will be changed to an E. So if the word ends with the letter A, you change the A and you make it an E, and then you add the ng. So these are just some of the examples to make it more easier to understand what I have just described. So remember, the suffix is the last word to the original noun. So in this case, the suffix that we are adding is ng. And when we are adding the ng describing the location. So we have the noun here, which is libenkele. Libenkele meaning shop. But now we want to describe that we are going to the shop or we are at the shop. So libenkele, noun, suffix ng. So to describe the location, it's going to be libenkeleng, at the shop. Libenkeleng, at the shop. Another noun, kereke, kereke, which is church, and kerekeng, kerekeng, at the church. The suffix ng, the noun is kereke, which is church, and kerekeng, at the church. Another noun, pompo, the English term for that is a pump or a tap, because we're going to add an ng because we want to describe the location. It is pompong, at the tap, at the pump. And then murena, murena. Remember, whenever the word ends with an A, we're going to remove the A, replace it with an E, E for elephant, and then we only add the ng. So morena means chief. And then to describe the locative or the location, we say moreneng with the ng, at the chiefs. Okay, these are the things you need to remember. Remember that if the words end with the letter A, we remove the letter A, replace it with the E, and then you can add the ng. Another thing is that for you to just to remember this, if it confuses you, you just consider the difference between an object and a location, and then it would be clear. So whenever it is a location, you add an ng at the end to describe the location, to change the noun to the location. Okay, So the ng acts as a preposition, like the word at is a preposition in English, so it acts as a preposition. Like, for example, libenkeleng, but in English you would say at the shop. So here is an example here. Where are you going? Uya kae? I am going to school. Kia sikolong. So the noun, the word sikolo, it's school, and it is a noun. And because we want to change that into a locative, location, we're going to say sikolong, and we add an ng to that noun. So you might be wondering, like, when should you add the ng? Apologies for that. When should you add the ng, and when should you not add the ng? So, okay, we've got instructions here that are going to help you. Right. Now, firstly, just always remember a noun, any noun actually, can be changed into a locative, meaning that any noun, you can change it to a location by adding an ng. However, there are some exceptions. The only time when you cannot change the noun into a locative, or the only time where you cannot add an ng to a noun, is at point D. So the ng is not added to some places. I'm reading D now. For example, wind directions, seasons, names for the months of the year, in words such as munyako, which is door, khutla, which is court, and luatle, ocean. Also the wind directions, Leboya, north, Buchabela, east, Buphirimela, west, and Borwa, south. Seasons, Lihlabula, summer, Khwetla, fall, Mariha, winter, and Silimo, springs. So only with these exceptions, you do not add an ng. They stay like that. You never change them. Even if you're describing, you want to describe the location, you do not change it to, you do not add an ng. My apologies to that. Okay. So B, if the noun ends with an A, it changes to ing, eng. So whenever the word ends with an A, you remove the A, replace it with the E, and then you add the ng. And C, yet when a noun ends in an A, E, or O, you just add the E, the ng. So if the word ends with an E, or if the word ends with an O, you just add it, the ng, you just add the ng. So these are the exceptions when you can add the ng, or how you can add, or how you can describe rather the location, like where you are going. So this is the end of our lesson. We have learned how to say uya kai, where are you going? So please do stay tuned for the next lessons. If you do have any questions, please do not hesitate to comment below and ask your question. And always remember to hit on the notification bell so that you know whenever I upload new content, which I do every week. And again, thank you again for subscribing. If you haven't, please do subscribe. We would love to have you in our classes.